Marvel Rivals basically has a target on its back at this point because of how much money it's making. It's been such a huge success everywhere that it's getting hit by a lot of people. And right now it's got a big lawsuit. This is probably a bigger thing. But it's also getting targeted online because of its beautiful, of course, characterizations of different Marvel female characters, which they don't want because the SJWs can't handle that, as usual. So let's get into this news as we cover everything in video games, and especially with Marvel Rivals and huge successes like this. Covered Space Marine 2 and Space Marine 3's announcement yesterday. Appreciate you all for being here. My name is John Delarose, everybody. Please sign up for my Fandom Pulse Substack in the description below. We're the most trusted name in gaming news for a reason, just growing constantly because we cover everything, and we are not filtered, and we don't have any advertisers. We don't have any access media. We don't have anybody that's making us shill for games, unlike a lot of other places out there. And so we just tell the truth of what's going on in everything. You can see we cover a little of everything in pop culture, books, video games, movies, TVs, comics, tabletop games, celebrities, and more. So you can get your news feed curated every single day with the awesome news that we cover. We do this full time, and we are completely funded by readers like you. Like I said, no advertising. So if you want to sign up and help us out too, it's only $5 a month to get a subscription. I'll put that link in the description below. There's unpaid subscriptions too, just so you never miss a story. And thank you guys so much for the tremendous support. We're growing like crazy, and it's been great. In a lawsuit originally filed back in January, Marvel Rivals developer NetEase is being sued by Britannia Media as its owners Jeff and Annie Strain for defamation, unfair trade practices, tortious interference, and negligence to the tune of $900 million. Jeff Strain is a longtime video game developer. He was a CEO of Undead Labs and creator of created State of Decay. Before that, he was executive producer of Guild Wars, which I loved. I loved Guild Wars, and was one of the founders of ArenaNet. He developed Diablo, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, and was a lead programmer on World of Warcraft. His lawsuit alleges that NetEase sabotaged Britannia Media and its subsidiaries, including Corp Circle Games, which NetEase owned about 25% of, and Fang and Claw Corporation, in order to prevent them from obtaining new investment by spreading false rumors about them and financials of the company. They allege the sabotage resulted in Britannia Media's subsidiaries being shut down, but Britannia Media itself is being forced to close. The defamation charge claims NetEase and the various executives made a published and false statement about those who manage the Crop Circle Games, a subsidiary, and non-privileged third parties. It asserts that these statements were made in a negligently or with malice to destroy their reputation. And specifically, it states the statements wrongfully accused Crop Circle Games, the Strains, and Britannia Media, as well as the managers and employees of fraudulent conduct, mismanagement of a business, and dishonesty. Because of the plaintiff's close association with the studio, these statements harmed the reputation of Britannia Media, Annie, and Jeffrey Strain in the community, and deterred others from working with them and exposed them to contempt and ridicule. Wow. Regarding unfair trade practices, it says the defendants made and published unsupported false and defamatory statements about plaintiffs regarding fraudulent conduct and mismanagement of a business and dishonestly allegedly committed to their management of Crop Circle Games. Those statements were made and published to the former, current, or prospective customers and potential investors of Crop Circle Games and other gaming business interests, all direct damage and prejudice of all plaintiffs. It goes on to note those false statements were done to damage them because they threaten NetEase's planned expansion of its game development business in the United States. Plaintiffs who are in the business of creating and managing game studios were in the direct competition with NetEase, and in the markets could speak out about NetEase's potential illegality involving its financial investments in the United States, and this is because they're a Chinese company. Now, elsewhere in the lawsuit, it implies that the Strains were targeted because they were pressuring NetEase to be compliant with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, but NetEase did not want to comply because it would be required to identify its government ownership in any golden shares, as well as being required to identify owners and board members that are members of the CCP and their position within the CCP, as well as the existence of its CCP party organization members and control it exerts over NetEase. The Strains' lawyers shared they're seeking $900 million in damages. This is huge. This is pretty wild, too. NetEase dismissed the lawsuit, calling Polygon the allegations and its founders are wholly without merit. We emphatically deny and will vigorously defend ourselves against them. Our record as a global gaming company speaks for itself. We remain committed to conducting business with integrity. We are confident that the legal process will vindicate our positions and shed light on the real reasons behind the demise of Strange Studios. So Strange Studios shutting down, was it NetEase's fault? Not a lot here. We can't tell just yet. We'll be covering this as it goes along, but there's more to things. There's more. They're facing multi-pronged attacks at this point. Now, this came out. This was a new artist-exclusive cover for Marvel Rivals #1. They're doing Marvel Rivals comics now, and J. Scott Campbell is doing this. Now, J. Scott Campbell has been attacked in the past because he draws beautiful female figures that have a lot of fans, and he charges crazy amounts for his covers because they sell like hotcakes. He sets up a booth at San Diego Comic-Con that there's lines lined up to get some of his artwork. He is somebody who's very, very popular, immensely so. So him doing the Marvel Rivals designs was just a match made in heaven for them. They're going to make lots of money off these comic book adaptations of it. And, of course, he is under fire in the comments from the SJWs out there. Here's Squirrel Girl, like you've never seen Squirrel Girl before. Pretty interesting on that level. Now, like I said, they've tried to cancel J. Scott Campbell before. They've dealt with this. If you just Google it, J. Scott Campbell canceled. You can find all this stuff where he just gets this, and people are, quote, fixing one of his covers. You'll see this from 4 years ago if he didn't take it down. Okay, there it is. And so he has his cover right here, which was a fan favorite right there from Mary Jane. There's a very, very famous cover that he did. You can see that they, quote, fixed it by fixing Mary Jane here and making her just a little less shapely in this whole deal. And he commented on this. I did not know someone who I did know someone who sat like that all the time. It was inspiring to me. I thought it was unique, cute, and showed a ton of personality. Everything you want to convey in a piece and make it stand out and catch the eye. And the reaction exceeded all my expectations. You can see that they got very, very angry because people were mad about this famous cover. He said, over the weekend, a lot of fake cover of mine got a lot of attention when it began circulating on Tumblr, Twitter, and eventually on Facebook. You see, someone is going by the name Non-Binary Finn Mertens. Oh, no. Shocking. Shocker there. It took to fixing the artwork, as they put it. And a lot of people talking. Now, typically, I just ignore this sort of thing, but it seemed to go viral, even with friends and colleagues reposting and explaining this sort of thing. Correcting or other well-established artists is tacky, which it is. In the light of this, though, I decided to embrace this situation, do a bit of art fixing myself. What do you think? Seems trendy, and that's it. And so this is it. We have non-binary Finn's initial. Be respectful. It's not perfect. Don't look too closely at it, etc. So he's gone at this before, and if you look at the comments on these Marvel Rivals covers that he's done for these characters, you can just start to see what's happening in the comments here. First, the top ones, obviously, with the all verified stuff are saying it's okay. I don't see people shaming cosplayers who have the exact same poses. But once you get into the non-ones, I hate this style so much. Why does he always have to sexualize the women so much? Oh my gosh, angry right there. Being angry at the art, which looks beautiful. It really does. Gooner art style, somebody else says. Here for all the people who have a problem with it, a little something to your taste. Very funny. Whiny bitches in the comments. These suck so bad. Why TF do they build like One Piece characters? Just draw them normal. Okay. That's I guess they want normal. And so as you go through here, a lot of people defending him at this point because this has gone pretty viral by now. But there's a lot of stuff going on with this hate too. And so, gosh, we got to come down and get past the happy art stuff here because people will get angry. Where is it? Geez, it was up earlier, my friends. This is what always happens when you refresh things because when you save things from the day before, this is what happens. Where's Iron Man, of course? This person cannot draw faces. That's an interesting one right there. Same body for each of them. Go wild. Oh, my gosh. And that's the Gooners one, somebody else said. But you can see that there's some angry people in the comments who really do want just like this art style gone. And people just don't like pretty things here. I like the Fantastic Four one quite a bit. I thought Marvel Rivals did a great job with the Fantastic Four designs and the Invisible Woman particularly. Good stuff on that level. Interesting variant covers. I don't know about the comics. It's Marvel Comics after all, so tend to avoid them. If you guys see what they're doing these days, they're out of control, just with like all the woke stuff that they're still putting in their comics. Maybe Marvel Rivals won't have that, but it is Marvel Rivals, so we'll see what happens on that level. All right, some coming under fire from a lot of different directions, this company. What do you think about this? Please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon, and do sign up for our Fandom Pulse Substack, the most trusted name in gaming news, in the description below. Thank you guys so much for the support. We'll be back soon.